शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगविद्यानगण्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ओम शांति शांति।
Namaste everyone and welcome to our continued study of Vishnu Sahastranam along with the related verses from Bhagavad Gita. Last time we did the 71st verse and in that verse we discussed 10 names. They were all related to Brahman. So it was Brahman, Brahma, then Brahmavid, Brahman Priya. So several names related to Brahman we saw. This time we are going to see these 8 names in 72nd verse. And it starts with Maha. Maha means great. So the 72nd verse reads Mahakramo. Mahakramo, Mahakarma, Mahakramo, Mahakarma, Mahatejo, Maharaga, Mahuraga. So these, then there's next line, the names relates to Yagna. So it says Mahakratu, Mahakratu, Mahayajva, Mahayagna, and Mahahavi. So first 4 names, they are related to qualitative nature of Lord Vishnu's names. And the next 4 are related to Yagna. Yagna is very dear to Lord Vishnu. So Yagno Vai Vishnu. Yagna itself is Vishnu. So those last 4 names are related to that. So we will go one by one on each name. So the first one is Mahakramo. Krama, it is made up of 2 names. Maha means great, greater than the great. So the highest. So Mahakramo. Kramo means steps or stride. Krama means steps or stride. So the Lord who has a great stride. So this name immediately, takes us to one of the avatars of Lord Vishnu. That is that avatar is Vaman avatar, where he took a form of a short Brahmin. He played a character of a short Brahmin. So that is called Vaman. Vaman means short. Vaman avatar, that incarnation of Lord Vishnu as a short Brahmin. And the purpose was to straighten out the arrogance and arrogance of a king who was very arrogant about the wealth as well as his charitable nature. So the Lord Vishnu, in the form of a short Brahmin, approaches him and says, the king says, ask anything you want. Brahmin, short Brahmin, ask anything you want. And then the Lord says in that time that, no, I don't want anything. I want 3 steps of land for myself. And king says, that's it. That's what you need. And then he agreed. So then God performed his miracle and in one stride covered the whole, planet Earth and in between the celestial and the earth. So Antrix. Next step, he covered the celestial areas. And then he says, where do I put my third step? Then king realized that this is nobody else but the Lord. And he says, put your third step on my head. I bow down to you. So the Purana, the message is that God hates the arrogance. Whether it is arrogance of money or your good character or your knowledge. but that is no. So that is what it is. So that is Vaman Avatara. So when we say 3 big strides, that immediately lights up that, okay, this is pertaining to this. So that is Mahakrama. That's the one who has the big rights. And because of these qualitative power of God, where he can become the small of the smallest and bigger than the biggest. Anor Aniyam, no? Mahato Mahiyan, smaller than the atom, smaller than smallest you can imagine. And Mahato Mahiyan, bigger than the biggest you can imagine. That is the power of Lord Almighty. That means that he is all pervasive, all over. By this quality, he is everywhere. So that's why Tetri Upanishad starts with this verse. Sanno, Sanno means as a oh auspicious. Sanno Vishnu Rurukramaha. Rurukrama means one with the powerful stride. So, oh Almighty, with such a power, may your power be propitious to us. Let's have this little bit of that power so that we can flourish also. So that is the meaning of Mahakrama. So that is the meaning of Mahakrama. This also is described in Bhagavad Gita when God describes about the qualities of as Almighty, and that comes in the 8th chapter. So that is 8-9. So it reads Kavim Puranam Anusasitaram Anur Aniyam Anusmareta Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat. That's God. So Kavim Puranam, Kavim means all-knowing. Kavim Puranam, Puranam means ancient. All-knowing ancient being. That's what is the address. Kavim Puranam, Anusasitaram, whose authority is all over. Anusasitaram. Anuraniyam, who is smaller than the smallest. Anuraniyam. Anusmareta. Sarvasya Dhataram, maintainer of everyone. Sarvasya Dhata means maintainer. Sarvasya Dhataram. And what is his quality? Achintya Rupam, but you cannot understand his form. Achintya, which cannot be contemplated by your intellect or senses, cannot be perceived. Achintya Rupam. Aditya Varnam, brilliant like Aditya means sun. Aditya Varnam, brilliant. Tamasa Parastad, beyond darkness. That is Almighty. So that is his Anuraniyam. Because of these qualities, he is everywhere all the time. So that is called omnipresent. Omnipresence of God is described in this simple term, which is called Mahakramo. So the next name is Mahakarma. Maha, again, the great. Mahakarma. Karma means action. Whose actions are the greatest of the great. It's like reading the CV of Lord. So Arjuna wanted to know, Lord, who are you? No. So God says, look, you want to see my CV? So then God says that I am everything, Arjuna. And then in Vibhuti Yoga, 10th chapter, he tells him, okay, these are few examples. Look, open your eyes and see. And then God points one after the other. There are the best of the best, he points out, and he says, that's me, Arjun, that's me, Arjun, that's me, Arjun. And these are the samples. 82 forms he describes, or vibhutis he describes in Vibhuti Yoga. And he says, this is just a sample, Arjuna, it is endless. So what will you do with that knowledge? So that's how God is. So that is, he performs the greatest function, and that's why he is Mahakarma. What is his greatest function? Creation, maintenance, supervision, and of our whole universe. That is his first accomplishment, we can call. If somebody asks me, what's your CV? So we put down whatever the best we have done. That I was so and so, and then I was so and so, and go in there. So God says, He has said that, and that He tells in the 10th chapter, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo 10:8. So Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, I am the cause of this creation, Arjuna. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo means origin. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Matha Sarvam Pravartate, because of me everything revolves. Not that I made it, but it propels, it evaluates further and continues because of me. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, Matha Sarvam Pravartate. Iti matva, knowing thus, iti matva, bhajante mam. There's a means the learned, the wise people, the intelligent people, they know this fact, and that's how they become my devotees. Not out of emotion, no. So, aham sarvasya prabhavo, matha sarvam pravartate, iti matva, knowing thus, iti matva, bhajante ma, means seek, they seek me. No, bhajante means to go after, to finding out. So, they, bhajanto ma. So, aham sarvasya prabhavo, matta sarvam pravartate, iti matva, bhajante mam, Buddha means learned, Buddha, bhava samanvita, bhava means emotion, bhava samanvita, endowed with loving consciousness, with this knowledge they pursue me. So God says, that's me. If you are a thinking man and use your free will to realize that, and my great devotees, they do that. They are called my devotees. So I am the creator. Then in the 9th chapter also he mentioned that not I am only the creator, I am the supervisor. So in the 9th chapter he says that 9:10, Maya Adhyakshen Prakruti. Maya Adhyakshen means supervision under the aegis of Lord, under the aegis of US government, like that, under the aegis of Lord Vishnu. So Maya Adhyakshen means supervision. Maya Adhyakshen or control. Maya Adhyakshen Prakriti Suyate Sacharacham. Prakriti means this visible creation. Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Living and non-living. Both. Suyate Sacharam. Hetu naneva konteya jagadavi parivartate. And because of this cosmic wheel and wheel of samsara rotates. Is there any doubt? If we think verbatim on each sloka of Bhagavad Gita, the average man with average intelligence will not have any doubt. So, maya adhyakshen prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunaneva konte jagadavi parivartate. So, because this is what he is the creator. So, this is what his glories, and that's why he's called Mahakarma. So that is the God who has done. This is we only know this much, then we will be believer in God. And then he starts and mentions Arjuna. Arjuna still wanted to know that God tell me. No, I'm very, very anxious to know about your glories. So he starts 82 of them, and he starts with first one. And he says that is 10:20. So in that sloka he says, Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhuta Sastita. I am the Atman, Arjuna. Aham Atma Gudakesha, another name of Arjuna. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhuta Sastita. In every being, he doesn't say a human being, he says in every being. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhuta Sayasthita, in the heart of everyone. Sayasthita. Aham Adischa Madhyamcha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. I am the beginning of every being. I am because of me that entity continues to exist, and I am the end of that. So that is God says as a first vibhuti, and that tells you that God is everywhere, not only in human beings but in every beings. So that is that, and such powerful being or entity or divine power is Lord Vishnu. That's why his name is Mahakarma. If you cursory just read Mahakarma, no, it wouldn't tell us that the depth of this. So that our acharyas explained in the commentaries of Vishnu Sahastranam all these things in detail with the references. Mahakarma, so he gives references. Read Bhagavad Gita, this sloka. Then if it's something else, he'll say, go to this Purana and read this one. So all references are given to these names. So the next name is Mahatejo. Mahateja. Maha, great. Teja means brilliance, physical brilliance, glow. Mahatejo. The one with the most powerful light. So Mahateja. One is physical light, and the light also stands for knowledge. So that's why we say Asato ma sadgamaya. Monishji always starts with this. Asato ma sadgamaya. From asat, unreal, take me to sat. Asato ma means to me. It is a cry of an individual to the divinity that, oh divine power, take me from what is unreal to real. Give me that understanding. Asato ma sadagamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. From darkness, which is ignorance, from darkness, take me to brilliance. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. And the greatest demand we have is Amrutyorma Amrutam Gavaya. From me being mortal being, make me immortal. So Mrityorma Amrutam Gamaya. So Teja means brilliance, physical brilliance, light. Without that, we are in the dark. We will be bumping into each other, no, and we will not exist. Imagine that the sun decides not to come. And then we will be one time power goes in alpine, we everybody bumps into each other and everything stops. So if the sun doesn't come, the light of God doesn't come, everything will come to standstill. So that is the physical light, and the gods and God tells Arjuna, Arjuna, you want to know my glories? Look up in the sky, and he points. Yadaditya gatam tejo. Yadaditya gatam tejo. Yat aditya gatam tejo. Means whatever the light comes from that sun. Yadaditya gatam tejo. Jagadabhasayate khilam. By which whole universe is lighted up. That you can see. Otherwise your eyes are useless. Yadaditya gatam tejo. Jagadabhasayate khilam. Akhilam means whole universe. Yet Chandramasi, and at night also that light in the moon. Yet Chandramasi, yet Chagno, and the light you see in the fire. Yet Chandramasi, yet Chagno. Tata Tejo Vidhi Mamikam. Know that light to be mine. Yadaditya Gatam Tejo Jagadavasayate Kilam Yat Chandramasi Yat Chagno Tata Tejo Vidhi Mamikam. So Arjuna, that is the proof I'm telling you. And the proof positive for Lord's existence is look at the sun. The sun, we discussed that one time, emits energy equivalent to all nuclear reactors of the world every second for billions of years, and still it doesn't run out of power or nothing goes wrong in it. So that sun god. That's why it's called sun god. And Surya Narayana Deva. So that that entity is a positive proof of Almighty. To think that such an entity came up by a big bang, like a child will not also even believe. A Big Bang theory of non-believers who says that by Big Bang the whole creation came into existence. First of all, whenever there is a Big Bang, so then there is no creation, there is destruction. If there is a big sound here, massive, we will say, oh, what happened? So says that building came down. No, that's what will come. Nobody will say building was raised by that Big Bang. So creation doesn't happen by Big. Destruction happens by that. So anyway, so that is a separate topic for discussion. But this God says that Ada Aditya Gatam Tejo Jagad Bhasayati Kilam Yat Chandramasi Yat Chagno Tata Tejo Vidhi Mahavikam. So that Tej is so powerful. That's why God is called Maha Tejo, the one with a extreme brilliance. Not only brilliance, physical brilliance, light, but with that also we have a hard time understanding what it is. But it is a power of God. And another meaning of light is the knowledge. That is, knowledge is only possible because of the power of Atman within us. Otherwise, light can be there, a sun can be there, everything can be there, but if I'm dead, that's it. There is all darkness. What is the change? Your Atman went away. So that Atman is a part of God which makes you perceive all these things. As long as it is there. Once it is gone, that is zero. So that's why okay, God is called Maha Tejo. And this knowledge about divinity can only come. The last week we gave a talk on dharma. Dharma means duties. You will only understand duties or dharma by valid means. Valid means only by scriptures you will understand. You cannot understand by using your intellect. Our intellect is not enough. Why our intellect is not enough? Because it's contaminated. It is contaminated with what? With lust, greed, and ego. Every one of us. Different degrees. It is contaminated by lust, greed, and our own ego, which has formed a certain fixed notion and continues to do that. Because of that, we have a hard time understanding the language of divinity or dharma. Real dharma will never understand. That's why it says follow the scriptures. If you want to understand your own duties or dharma, what is right and wrong, don't decide on your own. Otherwise, what is right in America is wrong in India and vice versa, and many different. Because these all human beings have created their own notions and multiple human beings. That is, the nation becomes nation. But they are all contaminated. That's why you go by pure intellect. Pure intellect is divine intellect. Divine intellect will only understand divine language. And that same thing Jesus tells. No? Seek me and seek me with all the power. Don't lean on your own understanding. Exact word. Don't lean on your own understanding and surrender to the God and He will chart your path. Bible. The same thing Lord Krishna says. Sarvadharman paritajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasmi masucha. Identical. One day we will do the teachings of Lord Krishna and Lord Jesus. Identical. So only language is different because geography was different. So Only through the scriptures one can understand this. And that's why God says that follow the tasmat sastra pramanam te karya karyo vyavasthito, 16th chapter. Dhnatva sastra vidhanoktam karma kartum arasi. Because this is the truth, Arjuna. Tasmat, Shastra, means scriptures, Tasmat, Shastra, Praman, taking it as a roadmap that is standard. Tasmat, Shastra, Pramanam te. Karya, Akarya, Vyavastito, in deciding what is to be done, what is not to be done. Not by my own will, whim. My whims will also change, and my culture is different, and then some input is different. So, not by whatever comes to your head, but by whatever is stated in the scriptures. Tasmat Shastra Pramanam te Karya Karyo Vyavastito. Gnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam, knowing the ordinances of the scripture, the whatever is stated in the scripture. Gnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartum Arasi. You should do your duties and work in this universe, not by whatever comes to my sweet will or my past experience or my past teaching from somebody. So that is becomes that is comes from the pure knowledge, and that God has given in black and white, not only in Bhagavad Gita, but in Bible or any standard scriptures. They were all divine beings. Says that you just put down major teachings of Bible and you will come one. Nowadays it is so easy, no? Before you have to flick the pages, but now you go on ChatGPT, it will tell you the whole universe of libraries there at the touch of finger. So that is very important. Unless we take that divine path to know the knowledge, listen to this, we will be in the darkness and will be making mess in the world. And we witness this. There are so many universities, so many professors. So that knowledge will not light you up. Only divine knowledge will light you. And despite of so many universities, so many diplomas, so many learned people, we have so much of killing, so many wars, so many disputes unresolved. And that is darkness God is pointing to. That my friends, you just go back to the standard scriptures, otherwise you will fight each other and you will destroy this. That is guarantee. And we see that, at least I have witnessed this in last 40 years. If I think, it's getting from bad to worse, bad to worse. I was curious to know how many people died in the war. So I put on ChatGPT. ChatGPT says there are so many wars and we don't have the count. You confine to one war, I can give you some idea, and then they give you same idea that this many people died in this conflict in this much of time. And now we don't have the numbers even, because we are so talented, we have such a powerful instruments to destroy each other that you can't have even count. That's what the CNN said when there was Iraq-Iran war, that it was a rain of steel from the sky, and so much of destruction, so many people died. The count is impossible because they were killed and incinerated. Done. So all the knowledge in the world, all the professors, all we are doing, it was useless, no? On a larger scale, in the eyes of the God. No? So anyway, but that is what is called darkness, no? Or ignorance. Darkness means you will bump, no? You will be destroyed. No? That is cosmic law is called Rita, R-I-T-A. Rita means cosmic law of divine. You damage that. It is the word which comes in Rig Veda 450 times, not one time. So that cosmic law you violate, that's called arit, and the reward or the punishment of that violation is death, disease, and despair. And you remain with the boundaries of the cosmic law, then the reward is the knowledge, 100 years of worthy life for you on this planet. So that's called Rit. Another part is Rin, that we are indebted to all the people who came before us. And the third one is to pay those Rin, you do yagna or sacrifice. So this is a triangle. So there's Rit, Rin, and yagna. And this, in the center of this triangle is individual. For each individual, these laws are applicable. So that is the knowledge in the eyes of the gods. So the Mahatejo, that is the God, tries to communicate through the scriptures. If you don't open a book or if you are not curious, then we will be in the darkness. So next name is Mahoraga. Maha Uruga. This is made up of two words. Maha means great. Uraga means serpent. So great serpent. So how come this is the name for God? There is a reason. In Vibhuti Yoga, God says that I am in everybody. I am the Atman. So now he says that what you see in a human being, the Atman, same thing resides in animal kingdom. And he gives the example of serpent. So we all walk on our two legs. Animals walk on four legs. But there is a category of species which walks on the abdomen. And the creatures which walk on the abdomen, they are called reptiles. And that's why God gives the example of a serpent, which otherwise creates a fear. Nobody wants to, if there is a snake, then we'll stop the Zoom and run here and there. So, because these reptiles, the Ursa Gachati iti Uragaha, the one who moves, Gachati means one goes from one place to other on the belly, that is called Ursa Gachati iti Uragaha. Those creatures are called Uraga. And God's his name, Maha-Uraga. He's a great among these scriptures. So he gives the example in Vibhuti Yoga. No? It's that great serpent, that Vasuki. He used the name of that great serpent Vasuki. So that comes in the 10th chapter, 10, 28 and 29. These two slokas give the example that his existence in these reptiles. So Ayudhanam Aham Vraja, 10:28. Of all the weapons that God carries, Ayudhanam Aham Vraja. In that I am the Vraja, which is a instrument which was the most powerful. Ayudhanam Aham Vraja. Dhenunam Asmi Kamduk. Of the cows, I am the Kamdhenu. That is according to scriptures, there was a cow that came out of the churning of the ocean, and that cow will wish fulfilling cow. Whatever you want will come out of that. So Ayudhanam Aham Vraja. Dhenunam Asmi Kamduk. Prajanastaspi Kandarpa. Sarpanam Asmi Vasuki. Of all serpent, I am Vasuki, is the name of a serpent, which can, as with the power of God, can become very small, very big. And it was so small that the Lord Mahadev put that one as his decoration as a ring. Vasuki, so small that it could be used as a ring of Lord Mahadev. Mahadev has all these as unusual decorations. The serpent is hanging there, and then he's sitting in the graveyard and doing the austerity. So he says that he says, Sarpanam Asmi Vasuki. And that Vasuki, according to scriptures, that little serpent offered his services to Lord Mahadev or Lord Shankar to be used as a rope during the churning of the ocean. The ocean. And from a little tiny serpent which was in the finger of Lord Mahadev became an extensive rope to be used in churning of the ocean. That's how the scripture describes. So that smallest can become biggest can become smallest. That is what the power of God is. So that is Sarpana Masmi Vasuki. So, and then again in the next sloka it says, Anantas Chasmi Naganam. Means of all the nagas, means a serpent, the category of serpent, five-hooded serpent or Seshnag, that is me. And the God has made a bed on which the Lord is reclining. Lord Vishnu, always you will see the picture reclining in the ocean on the flat bed made by the belly of Seshnaga. So these are vibhutis, So Mahoraga, that is why his name is Great Serpent, Mahoraga. The next name is Mahakratu. Now the four names come, they are related to yagnas. Because yagna is very dear to God. And he has left a message for us to perform yagnas. Yagnas is not fire, just lighting fire and chanting slokas which nobody knows. That's not the way to do it. So if you go word by word, all these things will make tremendous sense. So Mahakratu, Maha means great. Kratu means the things which we offer in the in yagna, in the fire. So Mahakratu. So God says the offering, based in the highest offering is God explains that's him. Mahakratu. Kratu means offering. Normally, it is a purified ghee, whereas different substances, the barley, then sesame seeds, the milk and yogurt mixed to honey together. This is we offer in the yagna. Different kind of yagnas, different kind of this material that we offer. So Mahakratu, the best offering, God says, what is the best offering? There are several offerings a human being can do, and that's why there are several kinds of yagnas. So that is a dravya yagna, means you material offering in the yagnas. Tapo yagna, your austerities. Dravya yagna, tapo yagna, yoga yagna, tatha pare. Swadhyaya yagna yagnascha yatha sansit vrata. Again Bhagavad Gita. That these are different kinds of yagnas. Some decide to give material energy in the fire as a symbol that I'm just parting with these things. So dravya yagna, tapo yagna, by austerity, somebody decides to chant the name of God, and that is by that way he's offering his devotion to God. So dravya yagna, tapo yagna, yoga yagna, by different yogas. Tatha pare. Swadhyaya yagna means studying the scriptures. That's what we are doing. Studying the scriptures, understanding the scriptures. It is called study, self-study of the scriptures, or Swadhyaya yagna. So like that, there are so many yagnas, and these are the offerings that we do. And the best one of all these yagnas, God concludes that there are so many yagnas, but I tell you the easiest and the best, and that is Jap yagna. So chanting of the divine name is the highest way to perform this yajna. You don't need any material, you don't need any fire, you don't need anything. It can be done anytime, anywhere, on vacation, off vacation, on job, off job, anytime. So that is called japa yajna. Means repeated name chanting of Lord is called japa yajna. What that does, it displaces all other thoughts from your mind and covers it with pure divinity, taking it closer to the God. Easiest and the fastest way that is comes in the Bhakti path, that is to chant the name of divine, Jap Yagna. Everywhere it is stated. And people count it with rosary. Rosary is a symbol in all religions, you will find it. In Christianity, you will find, in Hinduism, you find, in Islam, you will find, everywhere you will find these rosary in the hands of the great masters. So that is Yagna Nam Japa Yagnosmi. So that comes in also in Vibhuti Yoga. That Arjuna, I am the Japa Yagna, I am the Yagna. And Yagna, God is very, very forceful in recommending us. And he recommended as soon as the creation was done. And that's why in Bhagavad Gita, in the second chapter, it comes now. That Sayagna Praja Sustva means along with Yagna, after creation, Sayagna Praja Sustva. Puro Uvacha Prajapati. Puro means in ancient time, means in the past. Puro Uvacha Prajapati means the creator. See that word by word? Sayagna Praja Srustva Puro Uvacha Prajapati Anena Prasavisyadam. Anen means by this. Anena Prasavisyadam. Prasavisya means flourish. O human being, by this yagna, anena prasavisyadam, esa vah astu. Let this be vah astu. Istakamadhuk. Let it be your wish fulfilling cow. Means it will do everything for you. What? Yagna, sacrifice. So yagna praja srustva puruvacha prajapati anena prasavisyadam esavastu kamaduk. Then he says, Devan bhavyatanena deva bhavyantavah paraspar bhavyanta sreya paramavapasyata. Then he shows the technique. How? Says Devan bhavyatanena. By this devotion of yours and yagna, means you are doing this devoted activity, Devan bhavyata Deva bhavyanta vaha. God will do the favor to you. You foster God, and in turn, God will foster you. And paraspar bhavyanta, by exchanging this great devotion, because God will not keep anything with him, he will return the favor right away to you. Devan bhavyatanena deva bhavyantu vaha paraspar bhavyanta sreya paramavapasyate. By fostering each other, you attain the ultimate truth. So you perform this. And then God will bestow everything, asked or unasked, whatever you need, you will do. Devan bhavyatanina, deva bhavyantavat, paraspar bhavyanta, sriya paramavapasyate. Istan bhogan hi vo deva. Then he further tells, Istan bhogan hi vo deva dasante yagna bhavita. Tadartan pradyubhyoyo bhunkate stene vasa. But by pleasing the Lord, he will bestow goodies to you. And the one who enjoys those goodies without returning the share of the God or divinity is nothing else but a thief. Stain means thief. The one who gets the goodies, we all got goodies, millions of goodies from God. And if we enjoy that without remembering, being grateful, or sharing his part, then you are a thief. Means you stole. Like you invited me your home and I pocket something. That's what we did here in this universe. This is his property. He sent you here. You try to pocket it in as yourself. Then you are a thief. Nothing else but thief. So that's why yagna is recommended. And that is why? Because that will run the cosmic show without any flaws. At the moment, we are destroying the cosmic show. We are destroying with both hands. with all the brilliant people sitting in the Washington or in Delhi or anywhere. Collectively, we are doing this because our mind is contaminated by our self-greed. It may be a personal, it may be national, but it is a greed. So my national interest, my everybody has interest. So you try your interest, another guy will try his interest, and then you will have the bombardment. No? So that is not the way to proceed further. So that's why God gave these guidelines. We ignored it. We put God outside our colleges, schools, and our administrative offices, and see, despite of thousands people working there, see what the outcome. If you have to give a reward depending upon outcome, they will get 0 mark. So that's besides the point. So that's something the wise people have to decide, and something will happen. So that is Maha means offering. Then comes Maha Yagna, means great Yagna. We said there are several types of Yagna. The greatest Yagna God is conducting is to run this universe. Creation, maintenance, supervision. It is a great, great task done by Lord Almighty. That's why it's called Maha Yagna. It is a cosmic yagna going on. God says, participate in that, be my helper. Instead of that, we like devils, we try to damage, then we are on the bad books. And there are built-in punishments and built-in rewards, whether we understand or not. Never have open a scripture, still you are bound by these laws. Knowingly or unknowingly, you are bound by the laws of this creator and his laws of karma. That is the law, is called law of Lord. So it is woven into it, self-punishment, self-thing, self-rotating will, So if you are on the good, then you will get good. Otherwise, you'll be thrown. In that part, God is merciless, So he says that. So that is Mahayagna. That is called Srusti Yagna or Narayan's Srusti Yagna, or creation and supervision and maintenance of this wheel of life, because of which we all exist. We will mount on the wheel and we will be dismounting to the wheel, but this wheel will go on forever. The next one is Mahahavi. Havi means the substance which is offered in the yagna, Mahahavi. Like we said that different kinds of material are used for different yagnas. If you are doing Pitru yagna or for the benefit of your ancestors, then the material you offer is different. It's like cooked rice it becomes the offering in that yagna. If you are doing a divine to please the divinity, then it is a different material that you give, and the material which is poured into the fire is different for different purpose, and that's called havi. So, but ultimately it is only one thing, and that God explains very nice in this sloka, Brahmarpanam Brahmavir. We always chant this sloka. All the ashrams you go, before they eat the food, they chant this. Brahmarpanam Brahmavir. Brahma Arpanam means I am offering to Brahman, which is symbolic is the fire. Brahma Arpanam by ladle, where you offer the purified ghee. One mantra, and the priest will pour the ghee in that and says. So Brahma Arpanam, Brahmavi, Avi, Brahmavi. Brahmagno, that fire is all Brahman. Brahmagno. Brahmana Hutam, the doer is also Brahman. Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, Brahmagno, Brahmana Hutam. Brahmevaten Gantavyam, that goes to Brahman. Brahma Karma Samadhina, the one whose mind is in Brahman or in that frame is called as a Brahmevtena Gandha Brahma Karma Samadhina. All these karmas become like a samadhi, means a thoughtless status or highest status, Brahmi Sthiti. Last time we saw Brahmi Sthiti means when your consciousness is merged with the ultimate consciousness, that is Brahmi Sthiti. So Brahmarpanam, Brahmavir, Brahmagno, Brahmanautam, Brahmevatena, Gantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. So that is Mahahavi. So that is the last name, that is Mahahavi. So that's what God tells, that whatever you do, Arjuna, again it comes in another ninth chapter, 927. These are very powerful verses. And he tells Arjuna that yat karosi, whatever you do, Arjuna, yat karosi, yad asnasi, whatever you eat, yat karosi, yad asnasi, yad juhosi, offering, yad juhosi, dadasi yat, charitable work you are doing, yat dadasi, yat tapasyasi, austerity you are doing, and yat tapasyasi konteya, tat kuru swamadarpanam, do it as an offering to me. So he's in one sloka, he covers all that we do. Yat karosi, whatever you are doing means all your activities. Adasnasi, whatever you consume. It means not only eating. You see a movie, that is consumption. You are listen to a beautiful music, that is also consumption. So yat karosi, yad asnasi, yad juhosi, whatever you are doing, good work or offering. Yatapasyasi Konteya. Konteya means another name of Arjuna, son of Kunti Mata. Konteya. Tat kurusva mad arpanam. Immediately he tells what will happen with this frame of mind. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No? The second sloka is even more powerful. So, yat karosi, yad asnasi, yad josi, dadasi, yat tapasi konte, tat kurusva mad arpanam. Then what will happen? Subha subha falerevam. Subh and asubh, whatever the good or bad. Subha subh fale. Any activity will produce good outcome or bad outcome. Subha subh falerevam moksha karma bandhane. You will be liberated out of the bondage of action. Subha subh falerevam moksha karma bandhane. Sannyas yog yuktatma vimukto mamupesesi. And thus the man whose mind is renounced all these activities, subha subha phale revam moksha se karma bandhane. Sannyas yog yuktatma. Sannyas means renunciation. Yoga of renunciation. Sannyas yoga Atma, Vimukto means liberated. Vimukto, Mam, Upesyasi, you will attend to me. That's why he said, Yat Karosi Yadasnasi. This is 927, 928. Yat Karosi Yadasnasi, Yat Juhosi Dadasi, Yat Tapasasi Konte, Yat Purusumadarpanam. Subhasu Phale Revam Mokshase Karma Bandhane Sanyasyo Gyuktatma Vimukto Manupesyasi. These are the names, 8 names with a profound meaning. So I hope the message is clear. Only thing we have to keep thinking and meditate on this, and then it will become clear. It's a God's guarantee. Nobody else's, but His guarantee that you try and it will be clear. You don't try, then you are on your own. If you have a question, you can ask.
Thank you, Dr. Chokshi. Anybody has question for Dr.
Annaji says, "ठीक है."
Please go ahead if you have any question for Dr. Chokshi. I have question, Dr. Chokshi. What is the highest yagna we can do and really consolidate all our duties or dharma by doing that yagna?
God says, Jap Yagna. Jap Yagna, whatever is the favorite deity or these Bij mantras, means, whatever is the short mantra that you take, keep chanting it. And chanting is recommended 24/7. That becomes a part of it. Then nothing bad will ever touch you. Nothing bad will come out of you. Whatever comes out of you will be goody, goody, goody. Yagna Nam Japa Yagnosmi. It's not a joke.
But I've seen that people who are chanting mala all the time, but they do the most bad things in their life.
Don't take their example. I can give another 1,000 example. By chanting, they attain to the divinity. There are thousands like that.
Yeah.
So some few times we fake like this guy who is doing it, and then his eyes are somewhere else. We are
Yeah.
not talking about those guys. Those
So then that chanting doesn't help.
no, he's not chanting. His mind is roaming in the world.
Okay. So
He's,
I mean,
he,
that's
he-
not.
he's trying to establish his 4 more ashrams and 5 more cars and 10 more devotees. That is no guru or no, he's not even a regular human being. These are considered as the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
If you cheat in the day-to-day life, that is even pardonable, or there is a cure for that. But if you cheat in the name of God, or go to the temple, or become a guru and cheat others, there is no way out of it. It is written in the big letters that that you do bad things that can be cured by divine help or divine activities. But if you cheat in the house of God, that is Vajralepo Bhavishyati. Means it is written like it is written on the cement in a unsettled cement. You write down your name as a Vinodji, it will remain forever. Like that, this Papa will remain forever. Vajra Lepo, that's what it means. Vajra Lepo Bhavishyati. Anya kshetre krutam papa tirtha kshetre pranasati. Means in other fields, if you have done the lousy things in your day-to-day life, tirtha kshetre means you beg your pardon from the Lord when we are devotee, then it will be forgiven. But Tirthakshetre Krutam Papam. But if you have done the Papa and the Tirkshetra, means cheating like people under the fake ID, Tirthakshetre Krutam Papa Vajralepo Bhavishyati. There is no cure for this. It is written. Your name is written and there is no cure. You will be punished right, left, and center. Got it?
Yeah. Thank
Never,
you.
never even mention their name. They are not worthy even of mentioning by devotees.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you want to mention something, remember Tukaram and Narsi Mehta and Mirabai and all these great masters who did limitless chanting and divinity. Chanting means not only that chant, but anything related to God. So that is all considered as Jap Yagna. That Kripalaji Maharaj, one of the saints, recent saints, says, भगवान के नाम, भगवान के गुण, भगवान की स्तुति, भगवान के भजन, भगवान के स्क्रिप्चर, भगवान के संतों की कथा, ये सब भगवान का नाम है. So whether I'm doing Gita or I'm doing Hanuman Chalisa or I'm doing a puja at a temple or doing the physical work at temple, all this comes under the broad umbrella of Jap Yagna. Got it? So in between, when you are free, that japa is in your mind, that is called manas japa, that is going. I drive you to the airport, and if I am free to do thing whatever I want, you wouldn't even know that Dr. Chokshi, what is he doing. So it is that private. No? That is japa. We will give a talk. Next topic will be japa. I told you next topic already.
Okay, anybody else have question? So we conclude here our today's talk, and by this chanting. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Shanti 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 Om.